Hi everybody, hello, vanakkam and welcome to yet another episode of Unwooden Lions. Of course, waiting for a few of you to come in so I can, formally welcome you again. Hi guys, hello everybody. Uh, Start of another week. I hope all of you are keeping yourself, um, well. All of you are doing well. All of you are safe. All of you are positive, staying positive, and in a good space. Welcome to Unborn Lions once again. Hope you enjoyed what we brought for you yesterday on Mother's Day. Hope that was fun. This is, of course, a little different. We thought, of course, we've covered so many of the players part of the CSK squad. We did, of course, we spoke to Chinnathala, Suresh Raina, Shane Watson, Imran Tahir, Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar, Murli Vijay, Kedar Jadhav. There were so many players that we brought specials for. Of course, there was a nice little special with Balaji and Badrinath. I hope you guys enjoyed that too. So yes, we thought, of course, a key was missing in the mix, and we said why not? And we should get one of the newest members. We also did a lot of chats with some of the legends who were part of the CSK squad, like Matthew Hayden, of course, Mike Hussey, who still continues to be part of the squad in other capacities. So we know you really enjoyed that. So bring a Kiwi into the mix today with Mitchell Santner, one of the newest members of the Chennai Super Kings. Of course, not really, you've probably not seen too much of him in the yellow jersey, but he has created a lot of stir as well, and in a particularly very, very famous match that was most talked about. Of course, we will ask him about that. But yes, do send in your questions here. I will try and see whatever I can catch, because there are obviously a lot of comments and messages that you are sending, which is great. Thank you so much for all the support. So yes, just a minute and we will get him on. So any interesting questions you want to ask, please go ahead and do that right here. So we will make sure that we put that in. So I'm going to check if he's on so that we can see if we can add him on. Okay, he hasn't come on yet, so we shall wait. So till then, tell us how your weekend was. What is the episode of Unwooden Lions that you really enjoyed? What is it that so everybody is going to say we need MS Dhoni. Can you give us other suggestions as well, please? What else do you want? How was your weekend? How have you been keeping yourself busy? Chechi, hi Midun, hello. Hi everybody, really nice of all of you all to join in. Juicy pee rahe hain Raval. It's orange juice, it's one of my favorite. Amresh asks where we will get the old missed out videos. So some of the ones that was done recently because of the new addition in Instagram are already up on the handle. So do not miss out on those, but some of the earlier interviews will come out in bits and interesting edits over the course of time. You did see, of course, that the full episode 2 with Albie Mocker is already out on YouTube. So yes, a lot of questions already coming, so we will note that down and of course ask Mitch once he comes in. But yes, episode 1 and 2 are already out on YouTube. The other episodes are getting edited and will slowly come out in bits, and of course the entire episode as well as time goes on, right? So don't worry, you will be able to see all that. Mitch, of course, is waiting for him to join. Hello Mitch.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Not too bad.
It's weird seeing you with more hair than usual up there and like a beard forming. It's kind of weird to see you that way because we all are so used to the clean shaven boy Mitch. So that's going to take some time and getting used to.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a lockdown here, obviously, and I'm sure everyone else has done the same, but yeah, I've let the hair go a little bit on the face and on the top. So yeah, once we're out of lockdown, it might come off. But I'm actually enjoying the little mo to start with.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not too bad. It's a different look, so quite nice. It's a nice little surprise. Thank you so much for joining us, Mitch, and giving us time on a weekday. How has lockdown treated you, apart from the new look? How has it treated you?
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it was a bit obviously frustrating at the start. It was quite weird. I mean, we were playing Australia at the time, and we played on the Friday. And we were just cruising around on the Saturday, and then we got told, be at the team room. We got a meeting in about 10 minutes, and then next thing we knew, we were on the flight home back to New Zealand, and that was the start of it. So, yeah, we've been in lockdown for a little while now, and but yeah, I think we're on the other side, and I guess it's good the country's gone together, and we've I think we've dealt with it pretty well here in New Zealand and across the world, I guess.
Yeah, New Zealand actually one of the few countries that kind of did well earlier on itself. I think Jan, Feb was you guys took action pretty soon. So we of course we are hoping that things get better world over as well, Mitch. But that's the hope. Few of the people already asking a lot of questions. Of course, one person I couldn't pick the name. I'm so sorry, guys. But someone asked Mitch, "Where's your specs?"
They're floating around here somewhere. I mean, I could put them on, give the people what they want, but
No, but I got to ask you, I think before we get into any of the conversations regarding CSK and of course memories that you shared with being part of this squad, I have to ask you about the video that CSK of course put up of your golf tricks some weeks ago. Please tell me that was some sort of a gimmick and some sort of a trick and it was not real. Don't believe it.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had a lot of time to being stuck at home, and a few of them obviously weren't first go, but they're all legit and they all went into the cup. So that got me through the first few weeks, I guess. But I kind of ran out of ideas after that and started to do something else. But yeah, it was keep my golfing good, and then they've just opened the courses, so we've been out there and playing the real stuff. So it's a little bit better than shipping around inside, to be fair.
The weird part was, so here you are, you kind of bouncing the ball off the surfaces and, scoring, and you're like, yay, and your partner is like, headphones, like, yeah, whatever, don't really care. It's like miracles happening, and she's like, yeah, sure, happens all the time.
Yeah, I think she had enough by the end of it. She was trying to work from home, and I was just chipping ping pong balls around her head all the time. So, noise cancelling headphones, they obviously work pretty well.
But you like playing golf a lot as well. You managed to do some of it while you were here for the IPL as well, Mitch. I think you went on with Flem and a few of the boys. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, we had a bit of a golf crew. It was usually me and Flem versus Eric and Huss or Simsek, and then when Scotty Coogs was there, obviously. So it was cool to obviously get out of the hotel when we can. I think we played in Delhi as well, so that was cool. So yeah, I guess something to do. Trying to keep your head out of the game all the time. It's quite good to get away on occasion and just relax, play golf, and especially with night games, you've got a lot of time to think about the games ahead. So if you can kind of focus your attention elsewhere to start with, and then obviously get thinking about the game later on. So we don't usually play at 8 o'clock at night in New Zealand, so it was something different for me anyway.
So even there, you had to team up with the Kiwi mate. But how has it been? Yeah, go on. You were saying something. Sorry. There you go, guys. You asked for it. Not too bad.
They're actually they've taken a bit of they're quite loose. So I've got the wraps on still, so just keeping it fashionable with the mo.
But tell us about the glasses, Mitch. You only use them while you're batting. Is that?
Yeah,
why is that?
I'm not totally blind, so I can I tend to just use them when I'm batting. Use contacts, a little bit more in the field and stuff like that, because I guess with my prescription, they can't match up the contacts, as well. So the glasses obviously work that a little bit better. So when you're facing, some quality bowlers like Boomer and stuff, you need to be able to see your bit.
To see it more clearly, you can't. But do you have a
always
power?
What was that?
Do you have a power in the eye, or is it just for clarity?
Yeah, I've just got a astigmatism in one of my eyes, so it's obviously off shape, and the other one is oval in one circle, so it's trying to match them up. So if I swing and miss a few times, you just blame it on the eyes.
But yeah, the glasses were actually quite a cool little sign. Gives you the whole nerdy look complete, of course. But yeah, we were speaking about Flem when you brought that in. How's it been interacting with him in the CSK squad, Mitch? How different has that experience been?
Yeah, obviously, growing up, watched a lot of Fleming, play. Obviously, like the way he played, left-hand bat. So it was, you obviously hear good things, before you enter a setup like that. So it was, obviously my first year, 2018, I was injured. I got injured right before the IPL started, so I couldn't make it that year. So that was obviously disappointing. And then to go the next year and see everyone, meet everyone, just see how well the whole setup is. Everyone's together, and you hear about how calm and collected MSD is, and same with Flem, and just the way they kind of ran the ship there was it was outstanding. It's obviously no doubt why there's been great success at CSK over the years.
Also, a few questions have come in here, so just going to take a bit of a break in our conversation to quickly get those in before we move on, Mitch. Praveen Singh asks, how do you like India? What is it about India and your travels in India that you've really enjoyed?
The pitches turn over there, which is nice. In New Zealand, generally there's too much grass on our wicket, so anytime we go to subcontinent as a spinner, it's obviously better for us, and you can get more out of it. So I always love going to places like that where it can spin, and Chennai is a great place to go for that as well. We've got world-class spinners in our team, Jadeja, and watched a lot of Harbhajan, growing up as well, and obviously the leggies as well. So yeah, it's obviously going to India is always a great experience, and playing against guys like that as well is always good fun.
Right. The CEO of CSK, quickly, he is probably still on the live, watching the live. He's asked, what's your favorite South Indian food? Was there something that you loved eating over here when you were in Chennai? When you were in Chennai?
To be fair, we had to, one of the things we had to do when I first got there was make some dosas.
Oh yeah.
And I found that very, very interesting. And then after that, from that time, every morning I was pretty much having dosas for breakfast. So that obviously stuck with me, throughout the whole comp. And I think we tried to make it, and then they showed us how to make it properly, and it was obviously a lot better. So huge fan of the breakfasts over there as well.
Yeah, did you have the ragi dosa, or did you have the plain one?
I had both. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was quite yum actually. Very good breakfast there. Of course, Sharifa asks, can Santa Claus speak a few words in Tamil? Did you manage to pick up any Tamil words while you were there? Short while, but...
not really, no. I remember we tried to sing and stuff in Tamil, and I'm not a very good singer at the best of times, so that was a bit tough.
Fair enough. We'll give you a little more time, Mitch.
Yeah.
Maybe next cycle, yeah? We expect a few.
Well, this would have been the time to practice, no doubt.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. Hopefully things should clear up soon, and we should have something later. But yes, speaking of the time that you did spend in CSK, of course, you were part of a memorable match, and there were a lot of questions regarding that as well, which I want to ask about anyway. The game against Rajasthan Royals, supercharged. There's so much that was happening. Of course, you know it much better than any of us. You're in the center of it all. Obviously, first things first, Mitch, tell us a bit about the batting stint and what happened during that time when you were at the crease.
Yeah, it was obviously a nerve-wracking game. I thought MSD would seal the deal and I wouldn't have to bat. But yeah, Stokes bowled a great Yorker there to get rid of him. Yeah, I mean, so often MSD kind of finishes the job. He paces those chases that we've seen
Yeah.
all the time where he's done it for India and Chennai. So yeah, it was I only had maybe 3 balls and I was batting with Jadeja, which was cool. Two left-handers in. I think I recall there being a debatable no ball in there at some stage for height.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But yeah, I guess me and Jadeja spoke at the end there. He was obviously trying to go a little bit wide outside off stump. So we were both trying to jump across and get it more in the arc. And I think Jadeja hit one from on the floor, hit that for 6, which was an outstanding shot to start the over. And I happened to hit one at the end of the over, which was nice. So yeah, I mean, every time you can win a game for Chennai, I think it was my only second game. So to do something like that was awesome.
What was the pressure like, Mitch? I mean, I know every game is the same, every match is the same, no matter the opposition, no matter the team that you're playing with. But was there any difference from if it was probably a game that you played in New Zealand colours? What was the energy like? What was the electricity like at that point?
Yeah, I think it was probably a little bit different. I mean, early in my, I guess, IPL career, it was only my second game and, watched a lot of IPL over the years and, to be in that, I guess you want to be in those situations, I guess, more often than not. And, if you're nice and calm and back your game plan, hopefully you can succeed, I guess. And I guess we kind of talked about, if he bowled a slower ball, where to be, and if he bowled a Yorker. So I think, I kind of had a clear plan in my head and lucky enough it hit it out of the ground, I guess. But yeah, I mean, every time it was obviously a great, feeling to finish that game off. But, I was only the icing on the cake and the way that I guess we fought back after losing a few early wickets there. I think it was Raidu and Dhoni's partnership there that got us, so close. And I guess me and Jadeja put the icing on the cake for what was a great chase. And I guess that kind of set up our tournament. We had a good run after that and we ran a few games in a row there. We won. So it was a great tournament to be a part of this year.
That was my next question, Mitch, because that, in some sense, for me at least, because I was traveling with the team, that for me at least was that match that kind of, I think that was the defining match in a lot of ways. Obviously, it was a great win to celebrate and that kind of turned things around. Whereas also the whole thing about MS coming onto the field, we saw another side to him. And that kind of, in some ways, brought the entire team together. There was something else. Obviously, I mean, it's a family, but something clicked there. Tell us a bit about that as well. I mean, were you surprised when you saw him coming onto the ground?
Yeah, I was probably as surprised like everyone. He's so calm, but I think it shows you, how committed he is to the team and how much of a family it is for him, and just how much it means to him. To do something like that, it wasn't, he obviously wasn't angry. It was just the fact that one of the umpires stuck his arm out. That's all he was just trying to get across, that you can't, I guess, go back on, sayings. But and then I guess to end up winning that game, was a good thing. Just if we lost, I mean, it could have been a bit, some more anger flying around. But yeah, I think it just kind of shows you how that, like you said, kind of brought everyone together. And then we had a good run after that, and it was those types of games when you can get on the right side of and you can win, you can take a lot of momentum moving forward. And it wasn't a perfect game for us. Like I said, we lost a few wickets at the start, but different guys were stepping up at different times, and that's what you need to get so far in a tournament. If you rely on one or two guys every game, it can be quite tough for those guys. So when different guys are stepping up, like we did throughout the whole campaign, it was outstanding.
But was there talk around the incident with you guys later? Did you guys speak about it? Was there conversations about it afterwards as well?
A little bit. I mean, it was probably more, having to do media stuff after they were trying to get an insight of, obviously I was out there, so didn't. I obviously saw him out there. He was right next to me in the umpire, but he obviously knew you're not allowed to do that after, and he apologised straight away. But it might have flustered Stokes and gave me a bit of a good ball to hit at the end. So I'm happy he did.
But how different is it? I mean, of course, it's a little bit of a nice little game that is coming up in a bit. Simple and easy, nothing to get flustered about. But how do relationships kind of change or evolve with certain guys in opposite countries when you're playing probably with them, or you know them a little better through IPL? How does it change? How does the dynamics change for you then, Mitch?
I think it's shown how such a success the IPL has been in terms of that. Everyone, you come up against guys that you play against, and then you might think they're a little bit different. Then when you play with them, you get to understand them more. It's the same with I've always wanted to play alongside or with guys like Dhoni. Playing for New Zealand, we've played India a lot. Home and away, and just the way he kind of goes about his business is quite calm and relaxed. And I obviously try to do something pretty similar. But and then you get to speak to those guys and have conversations with them, and how they go about their game. It's all such a good learning space as well. Trying to grow your game. Just by just conversations you have off the field, on the field, and so I think the more we can all go to the IPL and experience it, I think it's going to benefit cricket going forward.
Was there any particular cricketer whose impressions kind of changed in your head once you probably got to know them a little better through IPL? Has that happened yet?
Yeah, I guess you might have preconceived ideas of some players, when you watch them, or I guess the rivalry between Australia and New Zealand is quite a big one, and you might think some players, but even just turning up outside of a Aussie versus New Zealand setup, and you can just have it. You can just talk to the players, and I used to watch Shane Watson a lot on and then when I got to meet him, he was a little bit different to what I expected. He was actually a lovely guy, and his family was there. It was great to meet the whole family. So it was just those things like that where you can actually get to play alongside guys that you probably would never. If it wasn't for these tournaments like the IPL and these franchise tournaments, so for the good of the game, I think it's a great thing.
Awesome. A few more questions coming in, so I'm just going to take those before we go into this bit of a rapid fire kind of a segment that we have. So someone asks, what excites you the most on a cricket field, Mitch?
I guess if you want to, for us as a team in New Zealand, we're just trying to, do, what you can for the team. Just trying to do your role as best you can. So, and I try to take that mentality forward into any, team. If I can do my job that helps, benefit the team in a win or any way, I'm happy with the result either way. You always want to contribute, especially in a new environment like I guess last year it was for CSK. So it was nice to hit that 6 in my second game, and gave me a bit of confidence, I guess, going forward. So I guess especially in franchise competitions like that, where you want to obviously win the most you can. So if you can contribute, whether it's a catch or a great spell bowling or finishing off an innings, just those little things, and just to be a nice guy off the field, help out the best you can, whether it's a train or anything like that as well. So.
Of course, quite a few people calling you Harry Potter. Do you get that a lot, by the way?
That's why I take my glasses off, and you want me to put them on.
Have you ever has it happened that you walked somewhere out on the street and someone's just called you out in a name that's not Mitch or something? Has that happened to you? Like Harry Potter or something like that?
It's probably more people just trying to get a laugh out of it. I have been called Harry Potter a couple of times, so I that's why I thought I'd grow a moustache and try to get real incognito, maybe wear a hat and hide. But yeah, it's been good in lockdown. I haven't been able to go out and talk to people, so no one can call me names like that.
Right. I think Ayush asks, what's the difference between Dhoni and Kane's captaincy? This is a good one.
Yeah, it's I think they are very similar in the way they condone themselves on the field. They try to be quite calm and relaxed. I think Dhoni's very instinctive in his decisions, which helps when he's behind the stumps. He just has slight changes in fields and changes of bowls and stuff. Where especially for like when I was bowling or not necessarily played against a lot of the batters, and he's obviously got such a good idea of how everyone plays their shots, whether it's move someone slightly, just that's their favourite area and stuff like that. So I guess the more you get to play against players, you get to get that feel. You might think Dhoni, why are you doing that? And then it works more often than not. It works with them. So I think Kane's very similar with the way they try portray themselves on the field.
Yeah.
Not to get too heated in the battle, and just have their set plans and then go from there.
So Kane versus MS, who's more chatty on the field?
It's got to be MS just because he's behind the stumps and he's got to get into the batsman, whereas Kane hides it lit off and just talks to the bowlers really.
Does Kane actually? Have you ever seen Kane sledge anyone? Or like kind of rib anybody?
Not on the field, no. Off the field, he might, but not
Yeah,
really.
you Kiwis have a very dry sense of very nice, dry wit going there. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he probably just saves them all up. He probably just remembers everything everyone says to him on the field, and then gets his back at the end of the day. Yeah.
Right. So this is a nice one that I have. It's a little it won't be too easy for you to probably get a name for everyone, but I think we'll try. So this is based on what your experiences in the CSK dressing room with the team has been. I know it's a short while, but we'll kind of give it a shot. So I'm going to ask you a certain, maybe a question like, okay, who's the one CSK player who makes you laugh? Something like that, and you can think of a name and probably tell us why. So who's the one CSK player who makes you laugh? Let's go with that.
It was probably Khan Sharma. I spent a lot of time with him at breakfast, and he kept trying to, maybe just because he was always up earlier than everyone else, but he always had little nibbles at me at breakfast, and I think he thinks he's pretty funny, so I'll give him that one. Okay.
The one person who overawes you or you're in awe of.
Who? What? Sorry.
You're in awe of, or in the sense you admire maybe or look up to in the CSK squad.
Oh, it's probably got to be Miss Tony, doesn't it? I think it's just
Were you
because
nervous meeting him for the first time?
Yeah, I guess you're always going to be. I think just because he's such a big name. He's done such a good job for CSK, and he's obviously a leader. So you want to obviously impress them, especially in my first couple games or first meeting. So, and I guess it was you watch a lot of guys like that on TV and play against them. So when you do get the chance to meet, it's always quite cool.
Have you ever found yourself tongue-tied in front of any cricketer or anyone? Have you had a fan moment in that sense yourself?
Not really. I don't tend to talk too much, so it probably I probably get away with it just with the lack of words. So, but I guess every time you meet, your guys growing up that you watch a lot of, I guess probably for me used to watch a lot of Daniel Vittori, obviously, and I played my first domestic season, of professional cricket when I was 18 with him. So that was obviously a little bit nerve-wracking. Bowled obviously way too slow, and he told me that. So, but that was good.
Do you do you feel a sense of pressure or a sense of pressure? I think is the right word when a lot of people probably ask you or tell you that this is the person whose footsteps you're going to follow, or he's the person whose shoes you need to fill, or something like that. Does the pressure kind of mount a little more on you in some sense?
Yeah, I guess it does. When people compare you to players, I guess. Yeah, I think when I kind of first made the New Zealand team, it was Daniel Vittoria's last game. So, it was like a kind of a straight swap after the 2015 World Cup. So that obviously doesn't help. But, yeah, I guess yes and no. I mean, you're obviously your own player, and obviously I watched a lot of him and enjoyed the way he plays, but everyone's slightly different, and I go about my things different to the way he does his things. So I think early on in your career you're obviously striving to do well, and I think once you can bank on and you have a couple good performances, and there's less and less pressure, I guess, to perform. You can kind of invent yourself the way you want to, portray yourself as a player on and off the field. So I think, there's always going to be nerves and stuff like that at the start. But, I think everyone will be the same, that, the more you play, the more you do well, you can kind of bank on those experiences when times get tough. So if you can, do that, you usually go right.
Okay. The one person you feel you can't in the CSK squad that you feel that you can't have a conversation or strike up a conversation with.
I don't think there was anyone really. I think that's probably one of the good things with CSK, with being a family. You never find it hard to talk to anyone in your family. So maybe after I hit that six, everyone started talking to me. So that helped with the game. But I think there was no one really that I felt like scared to talk to. I think that's just the whole setup, and how as a unit they've been so good for so many years.
Super. The one CSK player you wouldn't mind being quarantined with?
Probably Jadeja, just because I'd pick his brain about bowling left arm spin.
Yeah, that's fun actually. Did you enjoy batting with him? What were conversations with him like?
I think there's always a competition when you come up against another spinner or in the team, and you obviously got the better of me in the World Cup. He hit me for a couple of sixes this year, but so whenever a spinner comes on, every other spinner tries to take them down or hit them for six. So it was always good fun having battles with him in the nets as well. Itchy nicer. And when he was bowling, I was trying to hit him for six as well. So it's always good. But I think just the way he goes about bowling, he makes it look very easy, and he's obviously got a very simple game plan with the way he operates, and he's done a very good job for a long time.
Well, someone actually asked one question that's probably a little interesting as well. So the question was, which CSK player would you not want to bowl against? Or bowl to, rather.
Bowl to? I guess it depends on where we are. If it's in Chennai and those nets, they tend to spin a lot. So I was lining up to bowl to everyone really. In New Zealand, none of them really, because it doesn't spin. I guess any left-hander for a left-arm spinner is always a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
I think Suresh Raina slog swept me a lot in the nets. Yeah, so and to be fair, Jadeja, because he sees a spinner on and he wants to take the spinner down as well. So
nice. The one person you'd love to bat alongside, you'd like to kind of have a partnership with, any CSK player?
I guess it's probably like guys like Shane Watson or Faf du Plessis or even MS Dhoni, just because you've never probably batted alongside these guys in a game before, and it's going to be something different. Just the way they kind of always want to know what they talk about in the middle of the overs, but yeah, I think just the way they kind of go about setting up partnerships and doing a job, whether they take it over by over, or in a T20 it can be a ball by ball even. But yeah, I guess just the guys you kind of don't get to bat with often. Guys from other countries is always a good stuff.
All right, the last one, of course, this is a fun one. We know every IPL squad has that one person who completely kills it on TikTok. Who's the one CSK player you think would be amazing at it?
I've seen a little bit of Deepak Chahar doing some stuff on there, so he's probably up there and he loves it. He gets his guitar at every on occasion, and I saw him. He's quite a funny guy, and he's right into his social media stuff. So and he was probably the first guy that ran out onto the field after that Rajasthan game and grabbed my glasses and then went and talked to the media. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Have you by the way seen any of the TikTok videos? Have you seen David Warner's? He's killing it on TikTok.
Yeah, he loves it, eh? I've seen a little bit of it. I've seen him and his wife when they changed outfits. That was pretty funny. Did you see that one? And he was canoeing, and she had the full Australian kit on. That was quite funny. Yeah, I guess it's keeping him busy during lockdown, so that's good.
Yeah, having a bit of fun. I think it's good. He also did a few of some Telugu videos as well, because he's obviously Sunrisers, so it's quite nice. Very, very cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kane do any yet, so maybe David Warner needs to tell him to do something.
Yeah, tag him and get him to do some stuff. Yeah, why not? But I think Kane had a very, very cute video he put up of, I think, his dog and catching it. That was cute.
Yeah, that was a thing throughout a few of the guys back home was trying to get your dog to catch some balls off, in the slip cordon. Yeah, that was good fun. I just think, just those little videos where people can, put out and just give, kids or anyone just something to do during, times like these is awesome. Obviously, I started doing the golf stuff, and he's obviously still playing cricket and trying to get his dog catches.
Well, of course, I don't want to take too much of your time as well, Mitch, but I think there was one question there, and I kind of wanted to obviously get that in as well. World Cup, what was that like, and how disheartening was the whole thing? I mean, just your experience of the whole thing, please.
Yeah, it was obviously disappointing at the end of the day. I mean, it was so hard, I guess, because we tied 2 games in the final. Super over, and then we lost on a rule, which I guess doesn't make too much sense, or it doesn't, define winning or losing a game. But I think just the way, it's such an awesome tournament for us to, it was a bit of a bizarre semi-final where we had to play it over 2 days, against a quality side like India. That was I guess one of the good games to be part of if you're from New Zealand. But even going through that game, we got a few wickets up front, but we never thought we had it in the bag when MS Dhoni was still batting.
But she's saying, it was an umpire error, buddy. Harbhajan just came in on this live and he's like, it was an umpiring error, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that was it off the bat. That went for 5 or went for 6, which that never happens. Just little things like that where, I guess you're there and you're thinking, what's going on, like. Why is this happening? But I guess I guess that's probably the closest we've come to winning a World Cup for New Zealand. I mean, we made the final in 2015, but to get, I guess, so close, and it was just.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, on a whole, it was a great tournament to be a part of, and there was some great cricket, and there was some serious crowds. The final at Lords was outstanding. Just I guess growing the game as well. That was it would have been a great game to watch. It wasn't a great game to play, to be fair, as the result, but it would have been a great game to watch, and no doubt we'll keep seeing highlights on that for years to come, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bajji, of course, saying you won the hearts, bro. Love you. So, some words of course, being a part of getting to know Harbhajan as well, if you could, please.
Yeah, well, I think my when I was injured in 2018, I think I had to go to India and do some stuff for Star Sports, and he was there, and we were doing some dances and carrying on, and it was obviously it's probably the first time I really introduced myself to Harbhajan. I watched a lot of him bowl, and I guess the way he turned the ball was something we all dream of to do as a spinner, and just to see how much of a laugh he was, and it was quite refreshing actually, to see how funny he was and how he just jokes all the time, and and then same with in the CSK setup as well. So that was quite cool, you think it might be quite a serious setup, but when you get there, it's quite relaxed. Led from the top, with Flem and MSD, and then guys telling jokes as well. It makes everyone feel at home and welcome, and it makes it easier to do your job on the field.
Awesome. By the way, guess who else has come on TikTok? It's Chennai Super Kings. They've got a new TikTok ID, by the way. So I think your next little lockdown thing to do should be to do a TikTok video in Tamil for your CSK fans. I think that should be good.
I think I can probably sort that out.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be nice, Mitch. It'll be nice to see you there on TikTok as well. But thank you so much, Mitch. This has been fun.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for giving us your time.
Thank you. No, it's been good fun. Something to do during lockdown. Hopefully, the IPL goes ahead at some stage, and we're back again with Chennai.
Yes, that's what we are hoping for, and hoping to see you rather than having a conversation on video call. But yeah.
Yeah, face to face.
Wait, Bajji has ask him, how do you like bowling in power play and finish all of your 3 overs?
That is the toughest job in the game, and I feel sorry for Bajji to having to do it.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he does such a good job. That's why he keeps having to do it. So if he, just maybe bowls 1 or 2 bad overs and he doesn't have to do it anymore.
There you go, Bajji. But yeah, thanks, Bajji, for dropping in, and thanks, Mitch, again. Love to your family, love to all your folks, of course, and stay safe, stay happy. I'm sure we'll probably, see things should get back to normal soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alrighty. Right. Take care and see you soon.
You too. Take care, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for catching in on that live session. Hope you really enjoyed it. Of course, there will be lots more coming your way. Do not, I hope you won't be disappointed. We will not let that happen. Hope you enjoyed this session. Keep on coming on to the CSK. Thanks, Bajji, Whistle Podo. Yes, all of you. Keep the spirits up, like Bajji, of course, Bajji Pa, and a lot more updates coming here on CSK. Watch out for all of those updates on the CSK page as well as mine. Thank you. This is Rupha Ramani signing off from Unwooden Lions, and have a nice one.